Hello everyone, this is Chris of Amazing Chris TV. If it is your first time watching my videos, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you will get notified in my next videos. Welcome to Amazing Science, where learning science is easy and fun. Here, we will talk about the different science concepts in grade 7, including the topics on biology, physics, chemistry, and earth science. Dito, pida ang agham. For today's video, we are going to demonstrate how places on Earth may be located using coordinate system. The Earth has many interesting and wonderful places that you can visit. From the deep blue sprawling ocean and lush forest. You can actually get lost while wandering this amazing place. What would you do if you get lost? Will you ask directions? That could be done indeed. However, if there comes a time that you have no one to ask, what will you rely on? A map would be a must-have. Now the question is, how do you locate your place on a map? Or, how can you find the position of a place on Earth? Different tools can be used in finding the location of a place on Earth.
Some of these tools are compass, radar, GPS, maps, and globes. But in this video, we will focus on maps and globes in locating the position of a place on Earth. A map is a two-dimensional graphical representation of an area, land or sea, depicting physical features. It represents the whole or part of the Earth, while globe is a three-dimensional spherical model of the Earth, which represents the whole world. Now, I want you to observe the map and globe. What do they have in common? Very good. The map and the globe have horizontal and vertical lines which intersects with each other. We cannot really see these lines on the surface of the Earth. Hence, they are called imaginary lines. These lines are very important in locating different places on Earth. These imaginary lines are called latitude and longitude.
Let us know all about latitudes first. Latitudes are imaginary lines that run in an east and west direction, parallel with each other. The longest latitude is called equator. Equator runs around the center of the Earth and divides the Earth to northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Latitudes are measured in degrees, and the equator is at 0 degrees. Latitudes in the north of the equator go up from 1 to 90 degrees until they reach the North Pole. Latitudes in the south of the equator go down from 1 to 90 degrees until they reach the South Pole.
The distance between two latitudes is 15 degrees. There are some important latitudes. These are the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, also called as the tropics. Next are the Arctic Circle and the Antarctic Circle, which is also called the polar circles. Now, these latitudes are important because they define the climate zones in the world based on how much sunlight these zones gets. The area between the two tropics gets the most direct sunlight and it's called the tropical zone. Countries on this area experience two seasons, and the climate here tends to be warm and humid with lots of rains, like here in the Philippines. The area between the tropics and the Arctic Circle is called the temperate zone, where you can generally experience four seasons: winter, spring, autumn, and fall. The area beyond the polar circle is called the polar zones, which gets the least direct sunlight and is generally cold and full of ice and snow. Now try this. Identify the latitude of the following. The answers are 90 degrees north, 66.5 degrees north, 23.5 degrees north, 0 degrees, 23.5 degrees south, 66.5 degrees south, and 90 degrees south. Now, let us locate the latitude of some areas here in the Philippines using the points given on this Philippine map. You will be given 30 seconds to answer. Here are the answers. Isabela, 18 degrees north. Nueva Vizcaya, 17 degrees north. Quezon, 14 degrees north. Iloilo, 11 degrees north. Samar, 12 degrees north. Palawan, 11 degrees north. Zamboanga, 8 degrees north. Misamis Oriental, 9 degrees north. Compostela Valley, 8 degrees north. And North Cotabato, 7 degrees north.
Now, let us discuss the lines of longitude. Longitudes are imaginary lines that all starts at one pole. They move away from each other until they get to the equator, and then they start closing in and meet again at the other pole. The central longitude is called the prime meridian. This line divides the Earth in the western hemisphere and the eastern hemisphere. Like the equator, the prime meridian is marked at 0 degrees. Longitudes east of the prime meridian go up in numbers to 180 degrees east, and longitudes west of the prime meridian go up to 180 degrees west. Lines of longitudes mark time zones. As the Earth rotates on its axis, only one half of the Earth faces the sun at a given time. So, if it is morning at one hemisphere, it is daytime at the other hemisphere. And this means that people in different parts of the world live in different time zones. To tell the difference between two parts of the world, you just have to count the numbers of longitude degrees between them. Every 15 degrees is a 1-hour time difference. So two cities like Chicago and New York, which roughly 15 degrees apart, have time zones 1 hour apart. So when it's 1 p.m. at Chicago, it's 2 p.m. in New York. London is about 75 degrees away from New York, and its equivalent time zone is 5 hours. The prime meridian marks the baseline time zone, which is called the Greenwich Mean Time or GMT. All time zones are measured relative to GMT.
Now, locate the different points or location on the globe. You have 30 seconds to answer. The answers are 1 3 degrees west, 2 15 degrees east, 3:45 degrees east, 4:75 degrees west, 5:15 degrees west, 6:15 degrees east, 7:45 degrees west, 8:60 degrees west, 9:30 degrees east, and number 10, 60 degrees east. Great job! Now that you already know how to locate the latitudes and longitudes of a given point,
This time, let us combine the latitude and longitude in order for us to locate places on Earth. The system that is used to locate places using the degrees latitudes and longitudes is called Geographic Coordinate System. It uses the equator as the baseline for latitude and the prime meridian as the reference point for longitude. To locate a place, we need to know the coordinates of a place, then which the latitude and longitude intersects. Coordinates are a pair of numbers that describes the position of a place or point. Coordinates of a place are represented by each degrees of latitude and longitude. An example of coordinate is 30 degrees south and 60 degrees west. In this example, 30 degrees south is the latitude and 60 degrees west is the longitude. We will use this information in finding what place is located on these coordinates. Our main goal is to find the point where these coordinates will intersect. Their point of intersection is the place that these coordinates represents. Always remember the place or position of the equator and the prime meridian. Likewise, the northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, western hemisphere, and the eastern hemisphere. This will guide you in locating the coordinates. The first step that we are going to do is to find the location of the latitude. To find it, we need to know which hemisphere it is located. In this example, we have 30 degrees south. Therefore, we are going to locate it below the equator. Next, we need to determine the value of the latitude. In this case, it is 30 degrees. Therefore, the location of the latitude is in this point. From this point, we will draw a horizontal line. The next step is to find the location of the longitude. Again, we need to specify the hemisphere it is located. The given longitude is 60 degrees west. Therefore, we are going to locate it on the left side of the prime meridian. We need to determine the value of the longitude. In this example, it is 60 degrees. From this point, we will draw a vertical line. The point where the horizontal and vertical lines intersect is the place that we are looking for. We name the country where the line intersects. Very good. The country that is located at the coordinates 30 degrees south and 60 degrees west is Argentina. Let's have another example. Coordinates 30 degrees north and 31 degrees east. You will find the latitude at 30 degrees north and longitude at 31 degrees east. And where these two lines meet is the Great Pyramid of Giza. Next, what place is located at 13 degrees north and 120 degrees east? The first step is to find the location of the latitude, which is 13 degrees north. In this case, here is the location of 13 degrees north. Then, we will draw a horizontal line. The second step is to find the longitude, which is 122 degrees east. Here is the location of 122 degrees east. Then, we will draw a vertical line. The third step is to find the point of intersections of the latitude and longitude lines. The point of intersection lies on the Philippines. Therefore, Philippines is approximately located on 13 degrees north and 122 degrees east. Now, locate the coordinates of the given points on the globe. You have 30 seconds to answer.
Here are the answers. 1. 60 degrees north and 15 degrees west. 2. 45 degrees north and 15 degrees east. 3. 30 degrees north and 45 degrees east. 4. 15 degrees north and 75 degrees west. And 5. 15 degrees north and 15 degrees west. 6. 10 degrees north and 15 degrees east. 7. 30 degrees south and 45 degrees west. 8. 45 degrees south and 60 degrees west. 9. 45 degrees south and 30 degrees east. And number 10. 21 degrees south and 60 degrees east.
This time, locate the coordinates of some areas here in the Philippines using the points given on the Philippine map.
The answers are A. 17 degrees north and 120 degrees east. B. 18 degrees north and 122 degrees east. C. 10 degrees north and 124 degrees east. D. 10 degrees north and 126 degrees east. E. 7 degrees north and 125 degrees east.
That's all for today. See you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell button. Thank you for watching. Bye!